development of any nation comes the vision of those whom have been given the mandate of leadership and signed a social contract with the people. Governance is a strong tool, and only those with the right ideas, vision, experience, tenacity of purpose, willpower, and people-conscious individual can attain. Those who hold the mandate of leadership or soliciting should be able to serve the people and serve them well. I am Rita Asari. On this platform, we interact with political leaders and practitioners who are capable of serving the people when given the opportunity to lead and actualize their expectations. The mandate: putting the people first. Nice having you on today's edition of the program, The Mandate. I am Rita Asari. Today we will be interacting with a candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP chairmanship for Isoko South local government area. He is Comrade Warri Friday. Nice to have you on the program.
It's my pleasure, ma'am.
In 2014, you were councillor in Isoko South. How would you describe your relationship with the people at that time?
It's a very, very long time ago, but it was cordial and mutual with them then. As a young boy, I grew up in the village, did my primary school and my secondary school in the village. So they see me as their own. They know my parents, they know more of my activities. So it's not like someone who you are going to introduce to them that this person's sons or this person's son. It was a smooth ride then.
As a councillor at that time, you just told us that at that time it was easy to connect with them because you were on ground. How would you describe your experiences with them and how you were able to make impact?
One, starting from the economic side, it was very, very difficult then because even as a councillor, I didn't get my first salary until about how many months. And when the salary came, it was 50%. There was a big crisis between Enwa and Igbide. And I happens to be one of those that spoke not as an Enwa person, neither as Igbide person, but as a councillor representing Isoko South. I didn't speak in favor of Enwa, neither do I speak in favor of Igbide, but I told them the plain truth and what we need to do to ensure there is peace between the both communities. Also, then, with the result of the economy then, some of the teachers then were just absconding from their duty post. So a committee was set up, and I, Warri Friday, happened to be one of the members of those committee, went to the various primary schools to do a proper verification. And after the exercise, the council saved some money, helping some of my constituents. That is my ward then. I assist some of the indigent students then.
Chairmanship candidates is huge because it's the grassroots.
Yeah.
When you get to the position, what are your plans? See that as a chairman, be able to raise the standard of living of the people.
Becoming a chairman is huge, it's enormous.
Yes.
Hence, I came up with the slogan, Warri for your worries. Like the worries, we have WORROIEX, worries. And every of the challenges of Isoko encompassed in these worries. By the special grace of God, when elected as the chairman of Isoko South local government, we will try our possible best to minimize the worries of Isoko South because the only man who can solve all our problems is God. And like the word worries goes, the W stands for Women and Youth Development. And over 70% of the populations of Isoko South is about women and youth. And if we can curb the youth restiveness by engaging the youth, I believe to a very large extent we'll make progress in our administration. And how are we going to achieve this? Like for the market women, periodically we're having a kind of an empowerment for them. Those of them who are trading, those who are farming, and the youth also. Those of them who want to learn skills. Like there is a form we have that is at the local government now, talking about training of artisans. So with training and engaging the youth, I believe to a very large extent our administration will be a better one. Then 2, O, which stands for open door policy. Our office will be open 24 hours to the people for those who have meaningful complaints. And most of those government bureaucracy will be minimized during my administration. Also, ARROW stands for rural integrations. Rural integrations in the sense that most administrations are only looked at the local government headquarters, but we're going across that because places like Umerowa, that is a bit far away from the local government headquarters, will fit our impact. Because when you see most of these amenities in the rural communities, the urban settlement will be reduced to a very large extent. Also, revived agricultural initiatives. How are we going to get this done? By one, bringing improved seedlings to the people and constantly monitoring them. It's not just giving them the seed. Equally monitor them from time to time that the seed we actually give to these farmers, they are being planted. And for those doing fishery, we're equally going to give them fingerlings, improved fingerlings, and to some extent, feeds. Infrastructural development, one, will maintain our markets, build our primary health care centers, revive them. And that equally brings me to enhance our primary health care centers and education. So we're going to be opening up the farm roads. The primary health care centers are like the next door neighbor of each of these communities. So some of the buildings have been dilapidated. We're going to renovate them with the resources available to the council. Then for education, it's the same thing. N stands for security. And security is every man's business. My first point of call when it comes to security is to liaise with the various community leaders to reduce the level of insecurity in our various communities. We'll liaise first with the leaders of the communities, the local vigilantes, the hunters, before we talk about the federal government security agencies, talking about the police, the civil defense, the DSS, and the army. Because now, the police and the army, yes, they are doing their jobs. But if the communities fail to identify the bad eggs in the community, it will be very difficult for the police to carry out their duties. So we'll liaise with the communities, the traditional rulers, the president generals, and God helping us, we're going to achieve most of our goals in terms of security.
Great agenda you have. What are the strategies you will put in place to see that this agenda for the people becomes a reality?
From the very first day I won this primary, I've been having this prayer that God, give me the grace not to fail you. Because it is easier said than done. And God helping me, if I cannot fail God, I don't think I'll be able to fail man. I will do the little I can to see that I achieve these worries of the people of Isoko South. My message for the people is a very simple one. Support my vision. Let the people of Isoko South local government area come out en masse to support the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Comrade Warri of Working Friday, so that we can minimize the worries of Isoko South.
It was an interactive session with the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP chairmanship, for Isoko South Local Government Area Council. For more inquiry and information on this program, please follow us on our social media platform displayed on your screen. I am Rita Asari. See you next time.